Yeah. Okay. See ya. Mama, yes. He does this when I'm teaching sometimes as well. He just walks in and he's like, hi.
They know, don't they? They really do.
I'm sat there at work doing my team meetings about the families that we're working with, and he's just like, hi.
Are you going to be a pain? Right, I think we're live.
Yeah.
It's working, wait.
I'm so sorry that we're late.
Do we have anyone that's joined us? Sorry we're so late. I think everyone's trying to use the internet and it's playing up. And we both have babies that have woken up. Do we have anyone watching? Oh, we've got 2 people. Who are those 2 people? 4 people.
Oh, wow.
Just give me a comment if you can hear and see us, okay, guys? I've got Charlie, Leanne, Kirsty, Grace, Lizzie. Oh, brilliant. Thank you, Kirsty. Right, so yeah, sorry that we're a little bit late today. As usual, technical issues, everyone using the internet, not working, but we got there in the end. Martha is awake and grumpy because she's teething, so I am going to mute my mic just in case she starts crying or anything. I don't want her to disturb your class. So I'll just kind of leave Pooja to go through her class until the end. Any questions, as per usual, please just put them in the comments, and then she will go over them in the next week's class for you. But yeah, over to you. Enjoy your class, guys.
Thank you. So, hi everyone. I'm Pooja. I'm from Sweet Bliss Births. And before we just get a little started, just wanted to give you a little bit of background info on me. So I've been teaching antenatal classes for about 5 years. And what pushed me to do hypnobirthing was when I worked within the perinatal field. And when I became pregnant myself, I wanted to do as much as I could to kind of ensure I had a positive birth experience, because people aren't shy of telling you their negative birth stories, but you don't get to hear very many positive ones, and there are, and you definitely can have a positive birth experience, and that's what hypnobirthing did for me, and that's why I'm so passionate about it. So today's session is basically going to set foundations about how we can use breathing techniques, and what we'll do is we'll finish off by doing a relaxation as well, just to kind of put into practice what we'll learn today. So I'm going to teach one breathing technique this week and one next week and the week after. So there are 3 different breathing techniques that you can kind of take back and just learn yourself and practice. And I think what happens is that not each breathing techniques works for everybody. So the reason why I'm going to give you 3 different types is so that you can pick and choose at the end of it on which one works for you, which one works for your body. So as your time comes and you feel like you're ready to use these breathing techniques, you can go for the one that suits you and your body the best. So hypnobirthing, basically what it does is it helps you to build up and use your oxytocins and endorphins, so your happy hormones, your love hormones. And these hormones really, really help in labour, because what they do is they keep you relaxed, they leave you feeling calm, which help your muscles to stay relaxed and help you through dilation and birth itself. So what we have usually is we kind of have a vicious negative cycle. So if somebody comes to you and they're telling you negative things, what happens is you're almost instilled with fear. So that's the first part of the cycle. And if you're already filled with fear, you're having negative connotations of what birth will be. That kind of turns into tension. So what your body is already doing before you go into labour, before you're going into birth in that scenario, is your body is already tensing up, your muscles are getting really tight, and your mind is constantly worried. So your anxiety levels increase, and anxiety levels are good to a certain extent. However, when they kind of get a bit over and beyond, what happens is your body goes into a fight, flight and freeze mode. So what your body does is it's actually trying to protect you. So when your body is full of fear and then tense, and you kind of go into a labour situation and you're ready to birth your baby, what happens is, because everything's so tight, everything's so kind of ready to protect you, it's kind of tensing everything up, which means when your baby is trying to descend and come through, your dilation is kind of almost being stopped, which means that the pain that you would have felt or you would have thought about when you're in the fear side of the cycle kind of acts out. And because you're still tense and then you're not dilating enough, that pain that's already there heightens for you. So this vicious cycle keeps going around and around. And that's just full of adrenaline. What we're trying to do is reduce this by adding some endorphins and oxytocin levels. So the way to do this is trying to keep yourself happy, trying to keep yourself calm, kind of keeping yourself composed so that you can relax your body, relax your muscles. That dilation can happen more naturally, and your body and your baby can do what it was meant to do, which is birth itself. Your body knows what it's doing, it's dilating, and your baby knows what it's doing as well. Your baby knows it's coming out. What you've got to do is trust in yourself. You know your body better than anybody else. So if you do feel like something's not quite right, it's voicing them. You don't always have to kind of go in accordance with what somebody else is saying. Voice what's going on with yourself. The more that you tell anybody around you about what's going on, the easier it is for them to understand and help and support you in the right way. That's what I'm here to do, is build up the confidence so that you can say, actually, this is what I'm experiencing at the moment. This is what's happening for me. Or sometimes just to say, please, can you take one step back? I kind of feel like I'm being able to do this myself. So one way in which I kind of really like my parents to relax themselves, and this is very much the foundation of where hypnobirthing comes from, is to learn and understand how to switch off and focus on yourself and your baby. So what we can sometimes do is, we're so busy in life, we're focusing on a lot of things, we're just constantly going and being busy. What we want you to do is being able to take a step back and enjoying that time for you. The first thing that I'd like you guys to do is, if you're sitting somewhere comfortably or lying down somewhere, just make sure that you're really, really comfortable, either sitting or laying down. And what I'm going to do is going through something called grounding with you. It's a very, very basic exercise. It won't take up too much time. And then what we'll do is we'll slowly transition this into one of the breathing techniques that we're going to do. So just going to give you a couple of seconds just to get yourself comfortable. And what I'd like you to do is just close your eyes. Okay. I want you to drop your shoulders. Just let them go really, really loose. Feel as though you have absolutely no tension on your shoulders. I want you to feel your jaw drop. Just let it fall. If your tongue is touching your palate on the top of your mouth, let it drop. Even if it means that your mouth is slightly open, that's fine. I want you to relax. You have the next couple of minutes to enjoy yourself. Enjoy your baby. This time is for you both. I want you to breathe slowly and as naturally as you can. What I'd like you to do now is picture in your mind 5 things that you love. You don't have to share this with anybody. Just picture 5 things. Things you love places you love, anywhere that makes you feel really happy. These 5 places are your safe space. Whenever you feel anxious or worried, close your eyes and take yourself one of these safe spaces. I'd like you to move on, keeping your eyes closed, but trying to feel 4 things around you. Can you feel the chair that you're sitting on? Is it soft? Or are you lying on a bed? How does your duvet feel? Or do you have a blanket? Soak in that feeling. Can you feel the air around you? Try and take in 4 feelings that you're surrounded by in this moment. We're going to now move on to 3 things that you can hear. Besides me, what can you hear that's calming? Are your windows open? Can you hear the wind outside? Are there any birds chirping or singing? Take it in. Make sure those shoulders are still relaxed. Your jaw is still dry. And focus on you and your baby. I'd like for you to now move on and think of 2 things that you can smell right now. Could be anything. Are there any flowers in the room that you're in? Have you just made something to eat? Can you smell the aromas coming? Is it making your mouth water? Focus on you and your baby. Last of all, I'd like you to focus on what's going on in your mouth. Can you taste anything? Have you just eaten? Can you still taste what you've had? Are you salivating? Was there a smell that came to mind that was related to a taste? Take some time now just to sit back or lay there and feel your baby. Focus on your baby and what it's doing. We're going to slowly come back to the session when you're ready. There's no rush. Take your time to come back to the room that you're in. If you're laying down and quite comfortable, you don't have to sit back. If you're quite comfortable sitting in the position you're in, just stay there. I'm going to count up to 5. And once I do, when you're ready, you can open your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently, when you're ready, open your eyes and come back to this. I'm hoping most of you come back. Fingers crossed. If any of you have fallen asleep, that's completely fine. The relaxations that help you to fall asleep are really, really good, because what happens is that the words that we were describing go slowly into your subconsciousness. And this is the information that we need to bring back when we're in that labour, birthing environment. Because what happens is, what we're trying to do is paint a picture of labour and birth over time with the breathing techniques and relaxations, so that you can bring yourself into a state of calm, bring yourself back into your place of happiness. And what grounding really does is takes you away from what's going out on the forefront, but helps you focus on what's going on with you. There's a lot of times that we focus on what's on the forefront, what's on the outer layer. We very rarely remember to focus on what's going on deep within ourselves. So what grounding does is really helps you to focus on where you are, how you're feeling, and really touches on those 5 senses, which are really, really important. You can do this at any time, even if you're feeling a little bit anxious. This is something that I use with my mum's postnatally as well. So sometimes when a mum has said that she can feel a bit overwhelmed with baby crying, just using this grounding exercise of focusing on 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can feel, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. Just grounds yourself, brings yourself back to a self-awareness state, so that you can go in much more calm and tend to your baby. Okay, so you can use this in pretty much any situation. It's just a very, very good starting point that I like to use with my hypnobirthing parents. So the reason why I asked you to drop your shoulders and drop your jaw down is because everything that's connected here is connected to you down below. And this is why we say that breathing techniques really, really help during the labour and birth stages. It's because everything that we're using up here, because it's connected, it kind of works hand in hand with one another. And what we want you to do is build an awareness about how you're breathing. When you stop breathing, you're stopping your flow of oxygen, you're stopping your focus on things. So what your body is doing is protecting you and kind of shutting everything down, as I mentioned earlier. And we do tend to forget to breathe when we are in a state of panic. So what we want to do is focus on this breathing. And the first thing that I always advise both the birthing mother and the birth partner to do is always focus on how the shoulders and jaws lie. So if you do find that you are in this labour stage or at the birthing point and you feel that everything is tensing up, it's always good for a birthing partner that can sometimes outline these things and remind you to drop your jaw. You can almost feel as soon as your shoulders drop and your jaws drop, your body is kind of relaxing down quite quickly, and that's what we want you to do. So those of you that are watching this, if you've got birthing partners, just write it down for them to say, keep an eye out on my shoulders. If you see them raised up, just remind me to drop them. If you see that my jaws, I'm clenching my jaw and I'm not breathing, just remind me to drop it. Just small things like that. As birthing partners, that's part of their role to do, is just to make sure that the process is as calm for you as possible. It's being there to remind you how to get through this experience together. Okay, so the breathing techniques that I'm going to kind of go through with you today is a really, really easy breathing technique. So a lot of people have heard of it as breathing in and breathing out doubly. So you can kind of go in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 8. However, I do find that using positive affirmations as we do this breathing works a lot better. So counting is great. Counting in for 4 and counting out for 8 works brilliantly for some people. However, knowing that you're working towards something and using those words quite regularly actually give you something to work with. So what I would say is I like to use the affirmations of I'm breathing in calm as we inhale. I'm breathing out, my body and mind relax down. What you're doing is you're bringing that into your consciousness and your subconsciousness. You're kind of getting them to work together and you're believing it. You're saying something that you want to happen and your body will work as part of that. So this is something that I advise is really, really good for those in early parts of labour, as those contractions are not lasting so long and they're not coming so often. It's a great way just to kind of get through those surges. So I'm just going to go through this with you. So if you just wanted to close your eyes, and what I'd like you to breathe through your nose only if you can. If you can't, there's no pressure to do so, but just breathe in and out through your nose. The reason why I suggest to do this is because your nose regulates your breathing at a calmer rate than you would do if you exhaled through your mouth. However, if you don't find this comfortable, you do not find this easy, you just find it easier breathing out through your mouth, completely do that. Do it whatever suits you the best. Okay, so you just wanted to close your eyes. We'll go through this together. Breathe in. I breathe in calm. And as you exhale, my body and mind relax down. As you inhale, I breathe in calm. And exhale, my body and mind relax. One more time. I breathe in calm. My body and mind relax. Okay. What you should be feeling if you practice this on your regular basis. I usually say if you're not doing very much in the day and you're quite comfortable and you're sat in a safe place, either on your couch or lying down on your bed, just using this breathing techniques quite regularly, just so it flows into your mind. The more you practice it, the more it will be able to kind of work with your body. And when you do become in the stages of labour or when you're ready to give birth, you're able to use these breathing techniques. It just happens a little bit more naturally, and you're able to know what you're breathing in and what you're breathing out. I always advise birthing partners to understand these breathing techniques as well. And I always ask them to practice. So if you do have a birthing partner, practice with them. Let them know what you would like to do. So either breathing in, going 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or alternatively, telling them that you prefer, I breathe in calm, and as you exhale, my body and mind relax down. What can happen is when you're in that labour, or when you're labouring, and you're getting these surges, and sometimes you may forget how to kind of breathe in and kind of exhale. What your birthing partner can do is just start either counting up and down for you or using these affirmations and using these words so that it brings you back on track and you're able to remember how to inhale and exhale, because breathing is so, so important. As I said before, it helps you relax, keeps you calm, helps your muscles relax down, and will help with your dilation as well. Okie doke. So the other way that you can use this, and this is something that I used at the later stage of labour for myself as well, is changing that around. So you can inhale saying, I breathe in calm, just as we did before. And as you exhale, that I will be meeting my baby very soon. Just picturizing and visualizing that you will be meeting your baby in the near future can really give you that dose of oxytocin and that endorphin level to increase, those happy hormones increase, which work really well with your body, and again gives you that positive rush, that positive boost that you know that you will be meeting your baby soon, and helps you through that process. So I breathe in calm, and as you exhale, I will be meeting my baby very soon. I breathe in calm. I'll be meeting my baby very soon. And one more time. I breathe in calm. I will be meeting my baby very soon. Just take a moment to focus on you and baby. What a lot of people have said is that when they do these relaxations, they find it a little bit difficult to concentrate, because what happens as they're relaxing down, baby decides that they want to move around a lot. And the reason for that is because your muscles have relaxed down. Because you're in a calmer state of mind, your muscles around your uterus have also relaxed, which means that baby has more space to play in. So obviously baby's going to move around. It's going to have a good kick around because it's suddenly got that little bit more space in which to move. So breathing techniques are also really, really good. Say, for example, if your baby is just not turning around and you kind of want to help baby along, just by being able to use these breathing techniques, what you can do is just help loosen everything around, allowing your baby that space to move around in your uterus, and helping babies kind of move itself in a different position. Obviously, if there are other reasons why baby is not moving, always speak to your midwife and consult them about what's going on and what you're experiencing. But it's a really good technique that has helped some of my mums before, just being able to breathe, and just focusing on that breathing, not doing any in-depth relaxations, but just focusing on their breathing relaxes them down, relaxes their muscles down, and being able to then feel baby move around, just so that they can kind of get into a different position. So that's something that I would say is really, really beneficial and helpful. What we're going to do is literally finish off on like a 5-minute relaxation. And what I would like you to do again is just stay really, really comfortable. And either whether that's sitting up where you are or whether you are lying down and just listening to this, just stay where you are, get yourself comfortable. If you do feel like you want to fall asleep at the end of this, feel free to do so if you've not got anything going on afterwards. Just make sure that you're in a safe space for yourself at the moment. And we will do this relaxation, and it will come to the end of our first session of hypnobirthing. I'd like for you all to gently close your eyes. Begin to soften down your body. Take 3 deep breaths now. Relax your shoulders. Breathe out any tension. Allow your belly to expand as you breathe in, and relax down as you exhale. Just allow yourself to let go for a few moments now. You have nowhere else to be. Just let your mind I'd like for you now to imagine looking down at your belly. It's so beautiful as it grows to make room for your baby. You feel so proud. Your body performs the most amazing miracle. Growing your perfect baby inside. You are a beautiful, glowing mummy. Imagine now that you look at your belly, you see that there's a little window, and you can see through this window right down to your growing little baby. You can see your happy baby playing contentedly in his or her little home, playing with their little toes and fingers. maybe even sucking on their thumb. Picture now you are sending loving energy down to your baby. Travel in a beautiful golden light from your heart right to your baby. That light spreads around them, tuning them, supporting them, and surrounding them. All that love. You are connected. You are communicating with love. When it comes to your birthing time, the wonderful channel of communication and calm between you will enable you to birth together peacefully and happily. When your eyes next meet, it will be in this world. You will be holding your gorgeous baby in your arms. Take a moment, picture the moment as you gaze into your baby's eyes. Time to close the curtains on this little window now. Allow your baby to continue to grow and develop. Mentally send a kiss to your baby and remind them that you'll meet them soon. Begin to bring your awareness back to your surroundings once more, feeling positive, full of energy. You are the most amazing mummy, and you will have the most amazing birth together. When you're ready, gently open your eyes and come back to your surroundings. So I hope that's given you some techniques on how to understand how breathing techniques can help you break that vicious cycle of fear. And the relaxation has just given you some quality time with your baby. Any relaxation that you do use and you practice on a regular basis is really, really helpful. If there's a track that you particularly like, or if there's anything that you would like more information on, just drop those messages down below and I'll get them answered next week. But what we do say is working with a relaxation that works for you and your body and practicing it on a regular basis so that it feeds into your subconsciousness and helps you when you're in that birthing scenario can really go a long way. Because what you're doing as you're listening to these relaxations is visualizing something. And I really like to use this one about visualizing baby because it gives you something to work towards, visualizing your baby kind of gets you excited to meet them, and gives you that positive rush of energy to be like, yes, I can do this. I will be meeting my baby soon. Practice those breathing techniques if you kind of like them and you felt that it was working for you. So again, I'm just going to remind you, it's breathing in for the count of 4 and exhaling for the count of 8. Or alternatively, you can do, as you inhale, I breathe in calm, and as you exhale, my body and mind relax down. I hope that was really helpful for today. And I'll be seeing you again next week for a little bit more information and a new breathing technique.
Thank you for that, Pooja. I've just turned my mic back on. I think it worked because you sent her to sleep, so I might be ringing you more often. I was sat here really calm.
It worked with my own now.
Nothing ever works with your own, does it? But no, a lot of people tuned into that, so thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you everyone. I hope it was helpful.
Yeah, that was brilliant. I mean, a lot of people were interested in it from a talk we had last week, so I think that was like a little demo, and now people are like, oh, actually, they're realising what hypnobirthing is. I spoke to a few people in the group, and like myself, before I did it, thought it was a bit like hippie, like you sit and hum.
A lot of people do, yeah.
But it's not at all, is it? It's just about the right mindset and believing that you can do it. So I think this course will really, really help people.
I think it's all about knowledge as well. Knowledge is power. And when you walk in blind, you do obviously fill yourself with fear. And with hypnobirthing, just getting a little bit of an idea of what's going on. So that's what we'll do next week, is get a little bit of an idea of what's going on with the body. Just makes you feel a little bit more confident and makes you want to say, yeah, actually, this is going on with me, or I'm not quite happy with that. And that's completely fine to do.
Exactly. And yeah, just pop any comments if anybody has any. And I'm sure Pooja will be happy to answer them in next week's class to cover all any worries that you have or any concerns or anything. But yeah, it's the same time next Saturday, 12:30. Hopefully we'll be on time next week. Now we've had a little run of it. So but yeah, thank you everybody for joining, and thank you so much for your time, Pooja.
No worries.
See you next week.
Stay safe, everyone. Bye.
Bye.